Claire, what brings you here tonight?
Well, to see you, actually. I don't want this mess to spoil what relationship I have with my daughter, or with my grandson, for that matter. So I think it's time we clear the air.
Claire, we don't need to clear the air. Not as far as I'm concerned.
You know, Danny, I was really hoping that after the baby and after your trouble, that things would get better. But it's obvious that you are trying to avoid me, and I think causing Michelle to avoid me.
Let me tell you something. Michelle does whatever she wants. As far as you're concerned, I don't say anything, one way or another. Michelle wants to have a relationship with you, then that's her deal. Excuse me. Well, I'm sorry.
I think you are deliberately keeping Michelle away from me. And,
Claire.
Danny, do you have this place swept for bugs?
Yeah, every day.
Oh, that's good, because I can't afford to have Gus Itoro hear what I have to say.
Claire, whatever you feel you have to say, I have no desire to hear. So, please, I have a lot of work to do. What do you... Claire.
Why are you doing this to us?
What? Us?
Yes, to us. You know what's going on, Danny. He is going to try to pit us against each other. You realize that we cannot let that happen. We can't pull apart. We can't put up walls.
First of all, there is nothing to pull apart. And you're the one letting Itoro get to you.
Well, he does know that I helped Carmen fake her own death, and he's got the false remains in the urn. I mean, he knows, Danny. And he's trying to nail me. He is.
Yeah?
Well, are you afraid I'm going to crack? Is that why you won't talk to me?
No, there's nothing to say to you. And yes, Itoro is going to try to use all of us against each other, but that won't happen as long as none of us cooperates with him.
But he's going to try to make us think that we're working against each other. You know what he said to me the last time I spoke to him? He told me that you were willing to testify against me, that I helped Carmen fake her own death. And then when I realized that Michelle was in danger and that Carmen was a threat to her, that you were going to testify that I had her killed.
Well, that's good. I mean, I hadn't thought of that one. Well, get him off my back, wouldn't it?
Now, what's so funny about that?
It's ridiculous, Claire.
Don't you see that that's how it starts? I mean, if I hadn't come here and mentioned this to you, I could have believed it.
Not if you have a brain. Well, please, you need to calm down about all of this.
Okay.
I have not, and I will not ever speak to Agent Itoro, period. You know that.
Yeah, I also know who has the most to lose, Danny. I know what happened when Michelle disappeared from the hospital that night.
You do?
Well, it wasn't that difficult to figure out. I mean, and Maida all but confirmed it. So don't pretend we're all in the same boat here, Danny. I know that you killed Carmen that night. And if anyone's in trouble, it's you.
The only problem I'm having right now is with a certain mother-in-law with a wild imagination and a reckless mouth.
Danny, you can't be that blind. I know your mother was...
I have not discussed my mother, Claire, with anyone. Not now, and not ever. And you have to stop letting Itoro get to you like this. He doesn't know nearly as much as he wants you to believe. And if we all keep our heads, he will back off, and he will go away. Like you are about to do. Let's go.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I got a little tip. It's going to be a better evening for me, at least.
You know, if you have something to say, then just come out with it.
Oh, I can't do that. I'd spoil the surprise.
Good night, Agent Arturo.
Unless, of course, you have a little free time. You'd like to come down to the station, just get the whole thing over with. That'd be great.
Say good night, Arturo. What are you doing still hassling my family?
I have a little thing for criminals.
I'm sorry. I'm going to need another 15 minutes.
That's okay. We're
Sure.
discussing important things.
Okay. What do you think?
What were you doing with Michelle's mother earlier? What were you guys talking about?
Claire was here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. You know, I think she had a beef about the menu or something. The chips, they're great.
Good, huh?
Yeah, they are.
All right.
I gotta go see some floors. I gotta get out of here. Thanks, Michelle. Thanks.
You and Claire had a fight?
No.
Well, then what?
Look, I wasn't going to mention this. She came here on a fact-finding mission. She was full of questions.
Well, that could be Claire just being Claire, right? I mean, she doesn't have the social skills of normal people.
I know, that's what I thought, but she kept pushing, and she pushed harder. She started off saying that she wanted to get the stuff between us out in the open for your sake and for Robbie's, and I didn't bite. The more I think about it, the more I'm sure that she was pumping me for information.
About what?
About the night Carmen died.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe Arturo put her up to it.
No, Danny, this doesn't make sense. I mean, Claire helped save your life after the shooting. She's been great with Robbie. She's been trying, really trying.
I know, and for your sake, I hope that too.
So what changed? I mean, how did you put her together with Arturo?
In all these months, has she once asked you about what went down with Carmen?
No, I mean, not since the first night she asked me and I refused to tell her anything.
Right, but she hasn't once asked for details.
You know she hasn't.
Same with me. But today, she practically asked me to draw up a map and sign it.
And you think she's reporting to Arturo? Why would she do that?
Honey, the same reason she does everything. Self-preservation. And we both know that Arturo has threatened to lock up all of our family members with his conspiracy theories, and maybe, I don't know, maybe Claire bought into that.
Wait, earlier, when Gus was leaving with Harley...
What? Did he say something to you?
No, it was what he didn't say. He hinted that he had something new against us. Do you think that could relate to Claire?
I don't know why he would tip us off like that.
Because he's truly arrogant?
Well, with all the evidence that he had against us going up in smoke, I don't know.
My mother is the only thing that he has left. If this is true, Danny, if you're right, if she's helping him, we have to be so careful.
Honey, if Claire is working with Arturo, it's because he's got something on her and he's scaring her.
And she doesn't scare easily.
I know, but these guys can be pretty good with intimidation.
Yeah, what else could he have on her besides falsifying Carmen's cremation?
That's enough to end her career, plus being a possible accessory to a crime. Can you see the faces on the medical board?
Right.
And if Arturo gave Claire the choice between losing her medical license, going to prison maybe, or selling me out, which do you think she chose?
Well, maybe there's another reason she was acting weird to you.
Maybe. I can't think of one. Sorry, honey. I mean, you should be able to trust your mother.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna head home, okay?
Okay, all right.
Then I'm gonna take a hot bath, and I'm gonna get in my robe.
Well, when you put it that way, I will get home as fast as I can. I will join you in the tub.
Promises.
I will be there before you turn into a prune. I promise.
Okay.